Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar, which is all about the legacy leader shift. Okay, you are the legacy leader, and this is really about rising into 2026 as we focus on our healing, our health, wealth creation, as well as our relationships and leadership, not only for ourselves, but also for our families, as well as for our service. Okay. So I want to be talking to you today about my Warrior Heart method, and I really want to prepare you right here, right now for your Phoenix rebirth, okay, for 2026, okay? But I want you to know that whenever you watch this, whatever the date is, whatever year this is timeless for you. If watching this is your sign, this is your confirmation that you are on the right path. This is meant for you. I don't believe in coincidences. And this is your time. So I've got some notes here that I'm going to be working through as well. And I'm excited to welcome you all in. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Vidya Kumaranagam. I'm an award-winning doctor, Forbes leadership coach, mental health director in the past, and GP partner. So I'm a consultant family physician. I work full-time. I'm a #1 best-selling author, as well solo author, and I'm also founder of the Wealthy Warrior Leaders podcast and movement, and the Legacy Leaders Circle. So today I'm going to be teaching you about the 3 core pillars that really create deep emotional healing as well as physical. And I firmly believe this as a doctor. Medical disclaimer here. This is not medical advice. It's entertainment. It's for education. But of course, I'm going to be using all of my experience as a doctor, but also as a mother, as wife, as a daughter, sister as well. So if you do need to obviously take your own physician advice. But I'm going to be teaching the 3 pillars that create emotional healing, wealth expansion, so I'm talking about 6 figures and beyond, and grounded leadership, balanced leadership. And that means at home as well as in your work, in your service, in your personal service to the world, whether that's in business or in your career, in corporate, whatever way that looks for you, okay? Now, I want to also give you like a little bit of a taste of Phoenix Rebirth. This is going to be the masterclass, depending on when you watch this. It is available inside of my membership, Legacy Leaders. And if you're in Gold, Legacy Leaders Gold, then you also have access to an additional deep dive masterclass with this and a one-to-one personal coaching session with myself. Okay, so I want to also, in this, we'll be doing annual planning. So whenever you join is the right time for you, but you will plan from that moment onwards, 12 months going forward, for your health, your wealth expansion, your leadership, as well as for yourself, your family, and those that you serve with your service. Okay, so I want you to really think about your rebirth. This is going to be short. This is a powerful webinar. It's just going to be 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. This is literally how I got my business to multi-6 figures. I've been doing this since 2018 and well before that, sort of in person. So this is the way I do it. It doesn't have to take a long time. You just need to start. Okay. And I'm here to support you with that. If you haven't got the workbook, then wherever you're watching this, comment workbook below or DM me the word webinar workbook. Sorry, it's 2 words. Okay, and because I want you to do this now. Story time. So there was a time when I was just really giving myself to everybody. Okay, I was really giving my everything, my energy. I was very much people pleasing, right? Raised as a South Asian girl, you know, that was the way to be respectful and to do as you're told, and you know, really knuckle down. And although extremely confident and knowing kind of how to walk the walk, talk the talk, but really needing to learn boundaries, to be honest, in terms of just my own self-care. And you know, this would be, for example, giving to everything to my patients, my clinic, my family, although they're amazing, but like, you know, doing things in a burnout way, even my business, my clinics, marriage, family, patients, clients, etc., but not really leading myself, right? And I really realized that being, you know, high achieving spiritual women like us, or spiritual leaders, this is all gender neutral, okay, don't burn out because we're weak, okay? We actually burn out because carrying the emotional labor of everybody else. And that isn't often necessarily that someone's given us that labor, like, here, you deal with this. Sometimes we almost, I mean, sometimes that does happen, but that's another form of boundaries. But often It is more sort of just taking it on without even someone asking, right? And so this is why I created the Wealthy Warrior Heart Method, because it's the foundation actually of all of my programs, my mastermind, my flagship, my certification, my memberships, my one-to-one. It's really the heart of my Legacy Leaders lifestyle, my Legacy Leaders Circle program. It's really how I rebuilt my emotional strength, everything I learned as a regional mental health director in the NHS, everything I learned through my own roles in life as being me, Vidya, daughter, sister, wife, mother, right? And also in my business as an award-winning coach. So my program is award-winning. You're in the right place, as well as my own health, my physical health as well, because your mind leads your body, right? And it really believes every single thing that you tell it. And just like you had the placebo effect, which is real, by the way, it's not just some sort of fake thing to get somebody to do something. There is also the nocebo effect. So if you tell it negative thoughts, or you take on others' negative thoughts and beliefs, the body will actually believe that, and actually can actually have a very negative, detrimental effect to your body as well. So really important. So this is really now what I've been teaching my clients to really rise up into leadership, global leadership, wealth and emotional peace, and do this in a balanced way so that they can be a present parent, they can be present with themselves, do this in a family first, faith first and fitness first way. Okay, so I want to teach you the 3 core pillars. Okay, so we've got healing, wealth, and leadership. Now, part 1 is healing. Healing the divine feminine and the divine masculine balance. Now, like I said, this is gender neutral, meaning that we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. Okay, so this is literally everything. This is the inner warrior. This is about you having your internal compass of values. Now, without emotional safety, we actually can't make aligned decisions, right? And that comes from within you. Like I said, your internal compass of values. You might need to look at, what are my values, right? They may well have changed from years ago. They may have changed even from a last couple of months, right? So inside the membership, we really work on nervous system grounding, releasing trauma identities, regulated leadership, returning to wholeness, which is actually within you. You are whole right now. And often a lot of this is more like a remembering journey. It is self-realization. And also healing high functioning patterns, right? So sometimes we are stressed and we are actually burnt out, but we're just so highly functioning and actually, yes, a peak performer, that we think resilience is, I've just got to push through, when actually that is not the right thing to do. There are times when we do need to push through in, like, for example, emergency or resource, or those type of moments in family life or in our health. Yes, so there are times we might need to push through, but it's not sustainable, right? And not everything calls for us to push through, especially in the corporate world. I have a lot of clients in the corporate world. Resilience is, you need to change that definition. Okay, resilience is not pushing through. Actually, it's about being very calm, very balanced, and making the right decisions, thinking about the long game, and really focused on compassionate relationship building with courage, right? Thinking of a win-win solution. And yes, it does take, have to make some difficult decisions as well. Okay, so this is where your inner wealthy warrior really awakens. Now, so this is what we're going through right now, is my warrior heart method. The heart is healing, empowerment, alignment, as well as awakening the internal warrior. And then it's also about rising up, right? Remembering, realization. This is really a self-realization journey, really going back to who you are. But it's maybe not going back to who you are, it's almost back to who you are on a spiritual level, on a soul level, right? And then the T is transformation, really taking this to the next level. Okay, now how does this look like in the wealth pillar? What does this look like? So our wealth identity, right? This is a creation of our wealth identity. What does wealthy warrior leader mean for you? Write that down. What does that mean for you, wealthy warrior leader? Health is wealth. Family is wealth. Family is wealth, not just physically, but also emotionally, healthy family relationships. And, but also looking at the actual wealth piece. What is your financial freedom number, whereby you feel you are overpaying your mortgage, whereby you're living the home that you want, living the lifestyle that you want with gratitude, and also contributing back to society through your community, being a leader in your community, leading by example to your children as well as to yourself, and your family and your service, right? And doing this in a way that's very ethical, integrity based. This is dharmic leadership. This is actually one of the most important thing of being a wealthy warrior leader. Okay, so but yes, we do look at the wealth piece. Okay, I've been in leadership positions which were wonderful, but which were non-paying, which is totally fine. You know, often in a charity organization, important, very important to contribute to our community. But I also need to know, how am I then going to pay, you know, part of the mortgage, right? How am I going to pay my kids' tuition fees, or how am I going to pay for, you know, I want them to have, you know, organic, lovely, healthy food. I know you don't have to have organic. This is my lifestyle, my choice. So all of those things, you know, I need to know how am I going to provide for that, right? And I still want to do that in a way which is in alignment with my values, right? So when you are the prosperous warrior, okay, when you are the prosperous warrior, we are going to be working on money safety, confidence, aligned creation, spiritual wealth codes, feminine and masculine money flow. Because what does that mean? You need the flow to come through. Like right now, yes, I've got my notes, but I'm speaking from my heart. And then we need the masculine in terms of structure and stability. Remember, we all have both of these energies within us. It's not based upon gender. So this is very different to being a woman and a man. But we need to have that balanced. So for example, I love meditation. I'm actually a meditation teacher. I'm a chakra and aura healing practitioner. But yes, I also need to look at my Excel sheets, right? To look at the KPIs for my business and ensuring that we are doing client delivery as well. We need to work on content if you're doing business, content that actually converts and calls in clients, again, in a way that is full of integrity and love and kindness and not pushing. So it's ethical, right? And from a corporate point of view, you know, in your career, looking at ways that is relationship building, that is helping the other stakeholders, that is looking at the best win-win solution. And sometimes win-win might be that relationships, you know, there is a closing of chapters and starting of new chapters, but that is still win-win, because it has to be a healthy relationship. And it has to be business sustainability and think about the long game. But there is also a way in which to do that as well, okay? And also doing this as a legacy leader in your finances. So you're not here to hustle. We're not hustling here. Maybe you want to be getting enough sleep, right? I had like 9 hours sleep last night, you know, cutting my kids, you know, helping them with their homework. We went to their carol service concert. You know, we need to do this in a balanced way. This is really important. So not running around. And we're also teaching that to our kids as well. Success, what that looks like. You're here to rise up. And then the third pillar is all about leadership. So leadership of yourself, your family, and your service. This is really being like the divine warrior leader. Okay. So leadership is not about force. Leadership is not about leading by fear. It's about leading with faith, leading with compassion. And yes, that takes courage. Yes, we need results. Yes, it's emotional authority, if you like. Okay. So inside the membership, we really train on self-leadership. Yes, this is personal development, leadership in motherhood and fatherhood, right? Marriage leadership, right? As co-leaders, business leadership, spiritual leadership, leadership in your career, like how to get that dream job. And that might include within leadership, looking at how to become a #1 best-selling published author, solo author, like your own book, not multi-authors. Okay, so it's your purely maybe you want to create your podcast. Maybe you, like me, you want to be a TED speaker. Maybe you also want to be an opening keynote speaker. How do I do that? Maybe you also want to become a coach or an entrepreneur and create your own programs. And maybe you're looking more at the balance of how do I literally do this in a day? You're going to have support with that, right? With daily coaching. So you might be really looking at, how do I really level up when I'm really having a really dark night soul of the moment? And you literally need to self-lead, or it's also spiritual leadership from the divine. But yeah, how do I self-lead myself out of that and stay anchored to that highest frequency of love, of peace, of courage, of power, and stay there, right? And yes, we're going to have our emotional regulation on that feeling, on that frequency. But how do I stay anchored to that when just like life happens, right? So that's what I want us to really focus on. I want you to really focus on this year, starting this moment, 12 months in. So this time next year, right? I want you to really focus on this being your Phoenix rebirth. You are a Phoenix risen right now. Look up how much you've achieved, right? If you are watching this, I know you have been really working on yourself, and it has not been easy. And there's been some really dark night soul moments, and you really had to self-lead yourself through that. It's been really, really hard, really challenging, but you really just, as much as possible, kept yourself going, and you're now looking for another way, or you're looking for support, or you're looking for a community. And inside this, we're going to really plan out the next 12 months. Okay, so I'm calling it Phoenix Rebirth 2026, but really it is for the next 12 months, whatever you want that to look like, and in all areas of life. I'm not just going to focus on one, right? Because you are a whole person. So we need to focus on your whole life. Yes, that's how you stay balanced. You don't just focus on one piece and that's it, and call that like being niche down. No, you have to focus on the whole piece, because the business model for one person might look very different compared to another person, depending on their life, depending on what's going on for them. So you're going to have a full year energetic and strategic rebirth. Okay. So you're going to be receiving a full workbook, a guided masterclass, also a masterclass on the grounded leadership, lessons on identity, goals, habits, wealth energetics, relationships, starting with yourself, emotional evolution, right? This is really emotional mastery, and really giving you a step-by-step framework, okay, to base this on. So I want to give you a little bit of a taste right now, okay? I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to ask yourself, who is a version of me that enters into 2026, or who enters into the next 12 months with clarity, confidence, cash flow, emotional mastery, who also enters in with peace, with love, full of vibrant, positive energy and health, self-assured, full of conviction. What do they believe? What do I believe? You know, how do I speak? How do I feel? Right? How do I lead myself? How do I lead my family or co-lead? How do I lead in my home? How do I lead in my service, in my business, in my career? How do my finances look on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, right? How does my calling look, my divine mission, right? How have I replaced my salary in my business, right? Okay, so I've done that. I've managed to replace my whole month's salary, not quite a year, but a month's salary in a day, right? And I've had that done that multiple times now, and I've even doubled it. And that isn't to show off, but it's just to show you in the right place, because I really think that matters, especially if you're spiritual, especially if you really care about people, especially if you're ethical and full of integrity. You also need to know, how does that translate to wealth, peace, and yes, giving an incredible service. It's a divine exchange, right? How do I give that incredible service? Sometimes you give this incredible service and you receive the wealth in another life pillar, right? It may not be from that kind of sale, or from that salary, or from that job. It may be that actually your marriage dramatically improves, or you release a lot of physical and emotional weight, or you feel so much calmer and relaxed, or your kids suddenly get this concept that you've been trying to teach them for so long. But strategy for the wealth, elevating all areas of life together in harmony, in balance. Okay, so I want you to think about Legacy Leader Circle. This is how we're going to be building that day by day. Okay, this identity is actually remembering. It's all within you already. Okay, if you've had the vision, the divine will give you provision for the vision, and it means it's already done. On some timeline, it's actually already done, and we're actually just connecting the dots backwards. But yeah, we do still need to connect the dots, and we do still need to do the work, but you know, I like to think it's fun work, and we're going to be doing it together. Okay, you're not alone. So if today resonated, okay, so I've just been talking about aspect, and these are the 12 of being a wealthy warrior leader, right? They are grounded, emotionally regulated, spiritually attuned, visionary, disciplined, but I like to call it disciplined because you're having fun doing it. It's just a part of who you are now. Compassionate, unshakable, purpose-driven, dharmic, courageous, powerful, okay, peaceful. And I want you to start to really think about come and join in. Come and join us. The Legacy Leader Circle is the most accessible way to work with me, okay? It includes monthly live sessions with a masterclass. The masterclass is coming up at the moment, at the time of this recording, are Phoenix, Rebirth, and Grounded Leadership. You also get healing, wealth, and leadership trainings, okay? So all areas of life. Full access to all masterclasses, okay, and you also get emotional support, the Warrior Heart Method, you get a private community, you're going to be getting daily group coaching, so you can ask your questions at any time, okay, you don't have to wait on Zoom at a specific moment in time. And if you decide to go for annual, right, which is called Legacy Leaders Gold, in addition, you will also be getting a private one-to-one Phoenix Rebirth 2026 session with me, or whenever you watch this, basically a VIP private coaching day with me. This is where I'm going to be personally helping you with whatever area of life that you want help with. And we're going to be giving you a bespoke plan, okay? And I'm obviously, because it's annual, you'll be there. I'll be there with you to help you. I'm just going to send you off. I'll be there to help you with that, okay? With continuing that. So that alone is life-changing. And the beauty is that with all of this, like if you're ready to join now, just DM me the word legacy and I'll send you the link. And currently, right now, there is a beautiful, incredible offer that I'd love to give you, whereby I'm giving you 50% off. Okay, I'm giving you 50% off because I really want to make this easy for you. I want to give you an incredible offer that makes you feel like, yes, there's no reason why I can't do this. If you just try to do monthly, which is Legacy Leaders Circle, with 50% off, it brings it down to just $37 per month. Now, you can cancel anytime. There's no contract. You can even just do 1 month and just try it out for 1 month if you want, okay? You can cancel anytime, no questions asked, right? I might ask you, how can I make it better? Like, what was the reason? But not in a, just want to know how to make it more incredible, right? Or I need to say, I want you to be in my life. But yeah, it's just monthly. Just $37 per month, that's it. And you'll be locked into that rate, right? So it will be going up in time up to $37, $97 per month, but you'll be locked into that rate. So it will stay that rate for you. If you decide to go for Legacy Leaders Gold, which is annual, then with 50% off, it's only $333, $333. That's it for a personal one-to-one coaching session. I normally charge more than that just for the session, but with this, you're getting the session and a whole year's worth of group coaching inside the membership, including community. We have incredible people in there. We have ministers, pastors, doctors, consultant psychiatrists, we have GPs, we have health leaders, we have spiritual leaders. It's completely interfaith, right? Because I believe in all faiths. So come in. It's all genders are welcome. All I ask for is that you focus on really providing an incredible, life-changing and lucrative service, right, with you as a leader. And we can launch your own service if that's something you're looking to do. That's what I also am a specialist in, as well as how to have passive income from your books, from your courses, maybe from your membership, right? So I teach you how to do that as well. The beauty of my membership is you also get an affiliate bonus. So you will receive 20% commission for every single person that you share this with when you become a member. Okay, so when you share and when they come in, you will also be receiving 20%, whether you share it as an annual gold member or as a circle member. Okay, so that's my gift for you from being a part of this community. And that's my vision, is that we have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands sharing this important knowledge. This is my gift to the world. This is my digital emotional mastery academy, but also with the wealth piece and the leadership and for ourselves and our family and service. And, we need that. I have incredible healers asking me, I love what I do, but how do I get passive income? I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I'm stressed, right? With GPs leaving, just wanting to work from home to be with their kids. You can do both. But if you want to do one over the other, that is fine too. It is your life, right? I'm here to tell you it is fine. It is your life. You can create the life that you want, okay? And I'm here to help you with that. Now, a couple of FAQs, time commitment. It's only like, can you do 20 minutes per week, right? It doesn't have to take a long time. You can choose between monthly versus annual, $37 or $333. Do you want to have a just daily group coaching, or do you want one-to-one? There is further access if you want to have a one-to-one every week. that is my inner circle. If you want a one-to-one every month, that's available too. And that's my mastermind. And I also have purely just VIP, just one-to-one packages, if that's something you're looking for. All of my programs contain my membership, by the way. This is the starting point. If you tried other programs, I promise you've never tried this. Most clients I have always stayed with me. You can do others. It's like seeing doctor, right? Doctors specialize in different things. But this, for me, is a legacy leader's lifestyle. It's holistic to all aspects of your want, okay? So you're meant to rise, supported. This is your Phoenix Rebirth. DM me legacy or comment down below if you want to join. The link should be there as well. If you want more information or if you're looking for deeper support, DM me the word mentor, MENTOR, and then we can have a chat. Send you so much love and light. This is your time. Namaste.